What is the best way to ensure that your sponsored display does not cannibalize your organic sales?
So when I'm thinking about sponsored display exclusively, there's two different areas that come to mind. You have your sponsored display that's on the product detail page. And when you're running sponsored display ads on the product detail page, you can very cleanly organize your campaigns between I'm targeting my own brand, which could cause cannibalization, or I'm targeting a competitor brand. You want to set up your campaigns in such a granular fashion, you know exactly what campaigns what. That's how you're going to be able to tell, hey, we're targeting only my competitors in this campaign. It's more than likely not cannibalizing, because if a customer clicked on my competitor page, they're interested in my competitor. When you start getting into the remarketing aspect, I think that's where a lot of people get caught up in incrementality and cannibalization. But if you're running a remarketing campaign, you shouldn't be near as concerned with that, because you're targeting someone who did probably already view, right? So they organically found your listing or purchased your product in one way or another, and now you're remarketing that person. So it's just a little bit different of a viewpoint. Now, if you're referring to view CPM model, which has probably been one of the hottest topics on the sponsored display side, I throw cannibalization out the window. It's not necessarily cannibalizing organic sales. They're not saying, hey, I'm clicking on this ad instead of organic. It's the attribution that's the issue with view CPM. A view CPM campaign is probably going to show, a $40 ROAS, because it's being attributed based off a 1 second view. So typically in PPC, someone has to click on your ad and then buy your product to get attributed. With view CPM, all they have to do is view it for 1 second. So think about how many times you're scrolling search or a PDP and you see an ad for 1 second and don't click on it. So it's not necessarily cannibalizing, I would say. It's just being attributed in a different way. And the good news is it's super low cost. So it's not a huge concern, but the numbers do look inflated.
I think Destaney answered that pretty much perfectly. I'm not going to touch on it, other than I'm going to double down on what she said about the competitor piece of sponsored display. That is basically 100% incremental sale if you can steal a sale from your competitor. And so if you're worried about cannibalization, and you're worried about like wasted spend on people that might already buy your product, well, you can take that spend and put it towards competitors. We all know that's going to be a really painful endeavor. Your ROAS can be terrible, but that is a true capture. That is a true new sale to your brand. So maybe that's a way to think about it. Thanks, Destaney. Great one.
Ooh.